Yorkie is a shy and curious young girl who is walking the streets of San Junipero. On her way, she sees a couple entering a nightclub, so she decides to follow them to see the place. Seeing several people dancing, Yorkie gets distracted by heading towards the video games. A man appears and asks if she wants to play with him. Yorkie accepts, but when she sees that cars are thrown off the track, she apologizes and runs away, leaving the man talking alone. Next, Yorkie is sitting at one of the tables with her drink, when the woman she saw just a few minutes ago sits down next to her and gives her some instructions to help her get rid of a man. Soon, the man approaches the table and insists on talking to the woman, but she asks him to leave her alone, as what they had was only for one night. The man insists, but is interrupted by the woman who says she needs to talk to her friend, as she only has 6 months to live. Yorkie improvises and says that her friend only has 5 months to live to do this, making the man pull away and leave. Then the woman apologizes, thanks her for getting rid of Wes, and introduces herself as Kelly. Yorkie also introduces herself, and soon Kelly takes her to the bar for a drink. Kelly stares at Yorkie, touches her glasses, and compliments her clothes, saying she looks authentic. Then, she asks if Yorkie lives in the city, but Yorkie denies it and says that this is her first night. A song starts and Kelly asks to dance with Yorkie, but she rejects. Kelly then insists, and soon they are together dancing in front of each other. While Kelly is having fun, Yorkie tries to dance and follow her steps. However, something makes her uncomfortable and she leaves the dance floor. Kelly finds Yorkie outside the venue and asks what happened. Yorkie explains that she doesn't know how to dance and that she felt embarrassed because people were watching her, and besides, it's not common to see 2 girls dancing together. Kelly explains that this town is for all people to have fun and there will be no judgment about it. Yorkie then confesses that he had never been on a dance floor. Kelly questions why, and Yorkie says that her parents never allowed her to do anything and that's why she regrets not having enjoyed life. Kelly says Yorkie can have all the fun she wants in San Junipero, and then puts her hand on Yorkie's thigh, making the girl shudder at the touch. Yorkie walks away from Kelly and says she has a fiancé named Greg. Kelly just laughs and asks where he is. As Yorkie tries to explain, Kelly watches her and asks if the girl doesn't want to go to bed with her. Yorkie apologizes and takes a few steps to leave, but when he looks back, Kelly is no longer there. Some time later, Yorkie is trying on some clothes, hairstyles, and makeup in front of the mirror, but decides to opt for the most comfortable one. At another point, Kelly and Wes argue. He wants a real connection, but Kelly says what they had was just a one-night stand. Then she kisses him and leaves. Yorkie walks into a bar and finds Kelly talking to a man. When Kelly goes to the bathroom, Yorkie follows her and shyly approaches, saying she doesn't know how to do that. Kelly gently touches Yorkie's face and invites her to take a ride in her car. During the trip, Yorkie asks how long Kelly has been in San Junipero, so Kelly says she's only been a few months and that she's a tourist just like Yorkie. Arriving home, Kelly and Yorkie kiss. They fall onto the bed together and desperately take off their clothes, sharing a moment of pleasure and intimacy between them. Still in bed, Yorkie confesses that this was her first time and asks Kelly how she knew she liked girls. Kelly says she also likes boys and adds that she was once married. Afterwards, Kelly turns and looks at the clock, warning that it is close to midnight and that her time is running out, but before Yorkie can respond, everything disappears. Yorkie reappears a week later, going to the bar looking for Kelly. When talking to the bartender, he recommends another place in the city, and Yorkie goes there. At the entrance to the place, Yorkie sees Wes and asks for Kelly. He says that Kelly isn't there and that Yorkie should look for another time, like the 80s or 90s. A week later, Yorkie continues her search, but can't find Kelly anywhere. Another week passes and finally, in the 2000s, Yorkie finds Kelly playing with the boy she met on her first night. But when Kelly sees her, she just ignores her and runs away. Yorkie follows Kelly and asks why she disappeared. Kelly responds that she just wanted to have fun, but things started to get serious and she had to leave. Saddened by Kelly's confession, Yorkie leaves the bar. Regretful, Kelly goes after Yorkie. When leaving the bar, Kelly sees Yorkie at the top of a building and goes there to talk to her. As she approaches, Yorkie asks how many dead people live in San Junipero, and Kelly responds that between 80% and 85%, and that was why she was in the city, to have fun and not to seek human connections. But Kelly ends up confessing that she started to like Yorkie, and that's why she had to leave. Quickly, Yorkie pulls Kelly up and gives her a kiss. Later, Yorkie is at Kelly's house when she confesses that she is getting married next week. Kelly then takes the opportunity to reveal that she doesn't have long to live. Yorkie asks if she will live in San Junipero when she passes away. Kelly says no, because she had a husband in real life who decided not to live in the city and left. Yorkie then says that if it weren't for San Junipero, they wouldn't have met, and takes the opportunity to say that she currently lives in California and that in the real world, she is an elderly woman who is at the end of her life. Knowing Yorkie's condition, Kelly goes to visit her in person. Upon arrival, she finds an elderly woman in a bed in palliative care because she is quadriplegic. Kelly walks over and tells Yorkie she's happy to see her. Before Kelly leaves the place, a man introduces himself as Greg, says he is a nurse, and invites Kelly to talk somewhere else. Greg then begins by saying that Yorkie was 21 years old when he told his parents about his sexual orientation. As she belonged to a religious family, they disapproved, and soon after, she ended up in a car accident. And so, in San Junipero, deceased people can live in a virtual reality with their bodies and consciousness from when they were young. And as for visitors, they can also enjoy this same virtual reality, but for only 5 hours a week, until midnight. Finally, Greg reveals that he communicates with Yorkie through a computer program, where she confessed that she wants to end her life cycle and transfer her consciousness to virtual reality. However, this is only possible with the permission of a partner or a close family member, and for this reason, he will marry Yorkie. Upon hearing the whole story, Kelly asks to see Yorkie again for a few minutes. Back in San Junipero, Kelly finds Yorkie on the beach. She gets down on one knee and asks her to marry him. Yorkie is confused by the request, but soon smiles and accepts, kissing Kelly. Returning to reality, Kelly marries Yorkie and authorizes the transfer of consciousness to San Junipero, ending Yorkie's life cycle. Once at home, Kelly enters virtual reality. Kelly and Yorkie are dressed as brides and take a car ride together. Yorkie takes the opportunity to confess that she would like Kelly to spend more time with her during the week, and then asks that when the time comes, Kelly joins her in San Junipero forever. Kelly is upset and Yorkie apologizes. Kelly then reveals that she had a daughter who died and did not have the opportunity to live in a virtual reality, as it did not exist at the time, and that is why, before her husband died, he had decided that he would not live in San Junipero. After the revelation, Kelly drives at high speed and crashes the car. She finds herself lost in her thoughts when Yorkie rescues her. Some time later, Kelly's health condition worsens, and she informs the caregiver about her decision and the end of her life cycle. Finally, Yorkie excitedly walks to her car, drives to Kelly's house, and finds her definitely linked to San Junipero. Together, Kelly and Yorkie share their memories in their new virtual reality with others, after Kelly allowed herself to decide on her feelings and live together with Yorkie forever.